Do you think that today the U.S. economy is as vibrant as you think it could be? And what would you do if the President of the United States called you up and said, you're a Nobel Prize winner, you know a lot about the economy, more than I did, and you were a faculty member at the University of Chicago with the President, I guess. So I don't know whether he calls you from time to time and asks for advice, but let's suppose he says, I would like some good University of Chicago advice. What would you recommend that he do to kind of get the economy moving again?
Well, I would distinguish between the short run and the long run. And let me concentrate. They merge into each other, of course. But I think the biggest problem for the U.S. economy is in the long run, as I said in my first remarks. 4 or 5 things I would do. Some of them overlap a lot with what you said, Bob. But a couple of them are different and have only tangential relation to some of the gridlock that we've been talking about. One, education, K-12 education, human capital. Okay, so I'm touting human capital, but human capital is an important part of any modern economy, the crucial form of capital in a modern economy. Now, you look at the American educational system, K-12, for the last 30 years, we've had a constant rate of dropouts of around 25 to 30% of high school students. Constant rate, despite the fact that the rewards to going to college have increased enormously since 1980, the fraction of gone to college has remained constant over that period of time. A fraction of dropped out of high school has remained constant. Fraction of gone to college has increased a little, but not that much. So we've fallen behind. We used to be in the top 3 in terms of the fraction of people who complete 4 years of college. Now we're in around 11 or 12 in the world. We used to be in the top 10 in the fraction of complete high school. Now we're about 30th in the world. So that's an area very much independent of the budgetary process. It has other problems and not easily fixed. But I don't think it has to do with the conflict. And I think there are a bunch of things we could do to increase K-12 education, which I can get into for a while. But let me go on to another point. Immigration. There we do have some conflicts. The U.S. has the worst immigration policy of any developed country. It makes absolutely no sense. If you look at the priority given to skilled workers, it's the lowest compared to European countries, the lowest. If you look, of course, we have a big illegal immigration problem that we're not doing anything with, although there have been recent proposals. We have a H-1B program that is 65,000. It was met in the first 5 days after it started this year. So our immigration program is a mess. A lot of things you can do to improve it. I favor, now this is a radical proposal, selling the right to immigrate to anybody and having a financing method like a school, like a student loan program to help people finance it. That would be, I think, the best way to do it, where you give the choice. Anybody can come, they can meet that price, and they can borrow the money. That would get the skilled people, get the young people, get the people who want to make a commitment to this country. It would get a lot of illegal immigrants who would voluntarily convert their status, pay the amount, because it's a lot better to be a legal immigrant in this country than an illegal immigrant. You're not confined to a black economy. Now, those are issues that are, as you say, are tangential to the budgetary issue, but I think they're really important for the longer-term growth of the American economy.
Now, let me